back. We got another episode of Sarcasm Speaks. Jared and Bob, as we fix the microphone that was in front of us, if you see on the YouTube show. But right out of the gate, well, I don't know, fuck, man. What are we, like, March, April, May, June, July? We're 5 months into this coronavirus bullshit, and things are starting to get, like, they've always been political, but now things are just getting, like, comical. I don't know if you heard at some point last week, I don't know, like mid to late last week, a bunch of places in Florida started reporting 100% positive tests. So then, like, people were like, whoa, that's really weird. But so, like, some places were at 100 and then other places were at near 100. So, like,
yeah, like one place was 98.
98. There was a bunch of places at like 95, 93. So this perks up people's ears because they're like, holy shit, this is really bad. Like, if we go off of this alone, like, this is bad. Like, we're about to get a massive fucking resurgence of this thing. Well, upon further review, what had happened was these hospitals were only reporting the positive tests. They weren't reporting the negative tests.
Yeah, I'm starting to get increasingly fucking pissed off about all this shit.
So what they were doing was, say they gave 100 people the test, and 12 people got positive tests. They reported that they tested 12 people, and 12 people were positive, so therefore they had a 100% positivity rate. They literally ignored all the rest of the negatives.
Yeah.
And, like, if one place, obviously also leave it to Florida. Florida fucking sucks. Like, the whole issue all the way back to, like, the pain management clinics and the fucking oxys and all that shit. Like, that was how it's not where it all began, because obviously everyone everywhere had issues with oxys and they're hyper addictive and all that shit. But, like, Florida kind of became like the Grand Central Station of, like, the opioid fucking issue. And of course, like, leave it to Florida for this to happen again. Where, like, a couple places are like, oh, I know what we can do. We'll just only report the positives. But yeah, except when everyone fucking does it, people are gonna figure it out. You really thought that, like, did these people really think that no one was gonna ask questions? Everyone was just gonna be like, wow, man, this is bad. There's, like, 23 hospitals that are reporting anywhere between 90 and 100% positivity rates. Wow, we should all shut down the country again. Like, no one was gonna question it. Like everyone was just gonna be like, oh, well, nope, this is right. Nope, we can't ask questions. We need to shut down everything again because the world is ending. No. And what happened was people that use their brains and think logically.
People can use their brains?
It was mind-blowing to me as well. They actually asked questions, and they found out what the hospitals were doing. They were literally only reporting the positive tests. So, what the fuck now? What the fuck are we doing? Like, if it wasn't clear that there was a political agenda behind this before, like, this is it. Like, they might have just come out, they should have just come out and said, like, yeah, no, this is completely politically motivated.
Well, even Fauci commended New York's handling of this.
Yeah.
New York fucked this whole thing up.
Governor Cuomo fucking is selling posters that he made of, like, celebrating how awesome New York was and how they flattened the curve. Like, he's literally selling posters that are like, big dick swinging, fucking look at New York, we did so good. Dude, you threw old people who were positive back in nursing homes, and then everyone in the nursing homes got it. You are responsible for deaths. Like, you have blood on your hands. Like,
yeah, but the way he handled it is great.
Yeah. He's the one that he saved New York single-handedly.
Yep.
You fucking loser. And it's like, what are we doing now? What, like, I am so sick and tired. If I had the button from Click, you ever seen that movie? Shitty fucking. Yeah, it's a shitty Adam Sandler movie. It was the beginning of the downward spiral in Adam Sandler's movies that came out.
Yeah.
It all started with Click and then it just fell apart. But it was like a remote that you could like fast forward through different parts of your life, but once you did it once, it happened all the time. Like it was set to like automatic. I would literally fast forward for the rest of my life the 6 months leading up to an election. Every 4 years from May to November, fast forward me through it. I don't care. I don't want it. I don't care. I don't give a fuck what kind of stupid bullshit happens. What kind, like, people doing this, people changing what's going on in the world to fit their political agendas. I am so sick and fucking tired of people using politics to fuel literally everything in their lives. Politics doesn't fucking matter that much.
Oh,
like,
no.
The amount that people are paying attention to this shit is absolutely, they literally can't take a shit without thinking, well, I identify as a liberal. How should I go take a shit? Should I do it openly? Do I need to leave the door open? Do I need to leave the door? Would a Republican shut the door when they shit? Ooh, I don't know. I think that means I need to shit with the door open.
Well, dude, our president
this-
probably shits with the door closed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, if Trump shits with the door closed, that means I have to shit with the door open. Like this is literally like the level of ridiculousness and retardedness that is going on right now. And I have never been more sick of it. And I don't give a single flying fuck who wins the election in the fall. I just want this to be over. We've all agreed there's no good candidates. And
Nope.
it's weird. It sounds just like 2016. We all agree there's no good candidates here. So like, let's just say fuck it and let's punt. And hopefully in 4 years we get some better options. Which we probably won't.
Nope.
But, you know, what the fuck, man? Like, Jesus fucking Christ, I'm so sick of this shit. And then you also like, you know, I see this more in the older population. So people that are like 45 to 50 plus, because they're the people that actually consume mainstream media. So like they'll actually sit down and watch the news, like Channel 5, whatever, Fox, CNN, all that bullshit. You can tell like who watches what and that they only watch a certain thing. Like they don't give any time of day to anything other than like what they hear on like Fox News. They're like, no, if it didn't come from Fox News, like it's not real. Or like, I don't know, dude, I heard on NBC that like this is what they're saying. Well, I don't know, we got Channel 5 news around here, so Channel 5's pretty good. They know what they would never lie. They would never lie to me. It's like, what? No, guess what? They're all lying.
Everyone's full of shit.
Everyone's full of shit. And so the other day, or yesterday, I was talking to a couple of my people in my family that I hadn't seen in a while, and they're older. I don't know, probably like late 50s, 60s, whatever. And they're saying like, there's no way kids can go back to school in the fall. Like, well, I don't know why. Like, why?
Fucking
Why not? Well, it's not safe. That's it. But so Amy and I were talking about this earlier today, and it's like, it's so insane, the dichotomy of like everyone in our generation. It's almost like you can draw a line at 45 years old, and everyone under 45 years old at this point is like, I don't give a fuck anymore. Let's go back to the real world. And then everyone over 45 is like, ooh, shit, man, I don't know, this is pretty dangerous. I don't want, ooh, I don't know, we need to keep everything closed.
I've actually experienced the complete opposite.
Really?
Yes. So we're back open at the gym.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, the younger kids are gonna be so bad. They're never gonna keep their masks on.
Yeah.
They're not gonna fucking get away from each other.
Yeah.
Nope. Middle school kids, they're the best right now.
Really?
They are the best at keeping their masks on and getting the fuck away from each other.
Yeah.
Because that we're playing by the rules. I want to stay open. I want to fucking make some money here.
Right.
So
right.
whether I fucking believe in the mask or the 6 feet, the 14 feet, or any of that fucking bullshit,
Yeah.
not important right now. I want to keep the fucking business open. I want to make some money.
Yeah.
And then,
Well, I feel like kids of those age though go off of their parents.
well, their fucking parents are the ones I have fucking problems with.
Yeah.
They don't bring a mask. They don't wear it. They're right on top of each other. They're sharing equipment. I'm like, people can't do this.
Right. You need to stop. But so anyway, I'm talking to the people example, I was up at the lake yesterday where my family has a place, and so I'm talking to people up there, and then that's where they were like, oh, there's no way you can go back to school in the fall. Like, it's not safe. You can't be safe like that. Your kids aren't going to social distance, whatever. So then I'm talking to my cousin's wife, who runs a parks department for a town up there in New Hampshire. And she's like, yeah, so she's talking about, she's been running the summer program all summer. And she's like, yeah, no, kids don't social distance. She goes, the best we can do is keep them in like families. They call them like families, like groups.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think 8 to 10 kids and then 1 counselor. So that's like your family that you have all summer. So you do all your field trips and you go to your activities and shit. You all stay in that one group. But she goes, even within that group, kids aren't social distancing. They're wrestling, they're laughing, they're playing tag. You know what I mean? Like,
True.
And she goes, we haven't had any issues all summer. She goes, we've had a couple iffies here and there, like, you know, because they take temperatures of the kids every day before coming in. She goes, we've sent a couple kids home that had a couple high temperatures. Nothing ever came back positive. All this and all that. She's like, you know, knock on wood, like, you know, we've been doing just fine. Then, come to find out, I see from Representative Dan Crenshaw, the guy from
Texas.
2nd District of Texas, who everyone thinks is going to run for president in 2024. Amazing guy. I've talked already enough on this podcast about how much I love him and how great he is and whatever, but he released a bunch of information that is backed from scientists that they did a study that says children do not transmit this disease. And then in the worldwide, so whatever, 7.5 billion people that are in the world, less than 1% of all reported positive cases are in children. I think it was under the age of 12.
Okay.
So now scientists are starting to think that kids, for whatever reason, again, no one knows fucking anything about, no one knows fuck about shit when it comes to the coronavirus. So they're starting to think, well, maybe kids are okay with this? Like, maybe kids either can't get it, or if they do get it, they don't transmit it, or like there's something going on with kids because they're not social distancing and they're still not getting it. So part of that goes back to what I've said before, is you can't just like spontaneously contract this thing. Like, it doesn't just like pop out of somewhere. You have to be in contact with someone, yes. But like, why is it that kids continue to not social distance and not getting it?
Well, it's funny because now you're also seeing a study that says they definitely can transmit this thing.
Right.
It's like, fuck me, man.
Right, but it's all politicized, which goes back to like the beginning point.
Or even like the hydroxychloroquine stuff. It's like, oh, this study says it doesn't work. This study says it does. It's like,
yeah,
fucking A, man.
Yeah. And it's like, you don't really know who to believe, what's this, what's that.
No, you can't. I'm at the point where I'm done trying to figure anything out.
Yeah.
So I'm doing what I need to do. So if I need to keep my gym open, then I'm going to play by your stupid fucking rules.
Right.
If I need to wear a mask to go into a store, I guess I'm wearing it because I need to go to stores.
Right.
But it's like, I'm not wearing it in a parking lot.
No.
I'm not wearing it outside.
No. I went to go get ice cream earlier. Me and Amy went down the street, and it's an outdoor fucking ice cream thing.
Yeah.
You're standing outside, and you have a window. They have a line of tape on the ground that says, please stand behind this tape. So I stood behind the tape, and I didn't have a mask on at all. No one said anything. Because guess what? You're outside.
It's outside.
You're outdoors. And if someone said something, I'd be like, do you wear a mask while you eat at restaurants? No. The answer is no, because you can't. So what's the difference in here? You're 6 feet away from me standing. What's the difference if you were 6 feet away from me sitting at a restaurant? Fuck yourself.
Yeah.
We're outside.
Yep.
So it's these people that they just don't, they're idiots is what it comes down to. And there's just so much that goes into it with the kids and not going back to school and all this. Like, there's so many other factors. Like, the world is starting to reopen, which means people are going back to work, which means parents can't leave their 7-year-olds at home all day while they go back to work if their kids are at home learning. Because then you know what's going to happen is these little things are going to start to pop up where it's like, oh, you have to go to work, and your kids aren't back in school because they're doing remote learning. Oh, let's bring them all to this one area so they can all remote learn together. Hey, fucking retards, what do you think that's called? It's called school. I guarantee you that's what's going to happen. Because there's going to be these places that start popping up that are like, oh, parents that don't have daycare, that have kids that aren't in school because they're remote learning. Let's just go here. We have social distancing things in place, and all the kids will be social distanced and all this stuff, but you can leave them here for daycare while they remote learn. What?
That's called school.
It's called fucking school.
That's called school.
Now again, I'm getting a little riled up for something that hasn't happened yet, but I bet you it will. I bet you it fucking will, because I've lost all faith in humanity and all people in general, that they're fucking idiots, and something like that is going to happen. And then everyone's going to be like, oh yeah, cool, because guess what? They don't have any other option. What are they? And then this other thing, like they're proposing like hybrid schools. So like, you know, week 1 is, let's say, all the odd grades. So grades 1, 3, 5, 7, whatever in the fucking school, they go 1 week. And then all the even grades go in the next week. It's like, all right, yeah, cool. Maybe that is safer. You know what? Maybe that is a good way to go about it, like social distancing wise, quote unquote. But then what do you do with those kids on the weeks that they're remote learning? Are you now expecting the parents to take every other week off? You're like there's,
you can't do that.
You can't. The kids need to go back to school. Kids are fine. And like, everyone's just like teachers, because obviously I work with teachers and all this other shit, and they're like, well, we can't go back. Like, what happened? Like, well, you just fucking do what you can to like stay healthy. But, fuck. We've talked about this before too, but why is the focus not on just being healthy? Why is the focus not on, you know what, everybody? We need to really focus on our physical health, our mental health. We need to encourage, you know, people to just get healthy. You know, let's instead of spending all this money on stupid bullshit, let's spend it on I don't know, something that would make people healthy. I'm not smart enough. I'm not a politician. I don't give a shit enough. But like, why has that not been a thing? Why is the only person telling people that they need to focus on their health rather than the craziness of the world? Joe Rogan. Joe fucking Rogan, who I love him, he's a great guy. Again, don't know him personally, but I've been listening to him for years. Seems like a great guy. I would love to meet him. I'm sure if I met him, he'd probably be awesome, and he was a great guy to have a fucking beer with. He is the only person, Meat Stick Joe Rogan, is the only person in the entire country, outside of, we're a little biased because we are in the fitness world, we have fitness industry ties, so they're doing it, but like major figures, Rogan is the only one telling people what they need to do is focus on getting healthy. They need to focus on their health first, rather than the craziness. Why is that? Why is no politician said, we need to start doing things to make sure our population gets healthy?
You don't answer that. They're fucking incompetent. It's all about control. That's all everyone's trying to do right now is just control.
Yeah.
Whether it's the narrative, us,
right. Right.
That's it. It's just control.
It's a dick swinging contest. Every day in the fucking Capitol building, it's a fucking dick swinging contest.
Measuring Richards.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all it is. And then it's like, the other thing too that's starting to piss me off is like, the teachers don't want to go back. It's like,
right.
Okay, and I know he's not up here, but he is one, and you potentially might be one.
Right.
It's a very simple process. If you don't want to work, then don't expect a paycheck.
Yes.
That's how this should go.
Right.
Very easy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not safe. It's like, well, what do you want to do?
Right.
Like virtual learn forever? You can't virtual learn forever.
Here we go again with how dare I recommend consistency in people's lives. I would then say, well, if you are saying you don't feel safe to go back, now again, this is just a question. I'm not pointing fingers and assuming anything. But if I were to encounter someone who were perhaps, say, a teacher and said, I don't feel safe going back to school in the fall, okay, do you go to restaurants right now?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
I'll say, have you
You
seen?
feel safe enough to go to restaurants full of strangers that you don't know? You don't even know who they are. At least you know the students. You know their backgrounds. You know where they come from. You know where they live. You know, like, you know a lot of information about your students. You don't know anything about the guy sitting next to you at the restaurant without a mask on. Your students will probably have masks on. You'll probably have a mask on. I would make the argument you're safer in the classroom than you are at a restaurant right now. I don't think that's, I know I speak a lot of times in hyperbole and ridiculousness, but I don't think that's ridiculous to think that you're safer in a classroom than you are at a restaurant.
Probably. I mean, you have a lot, like, it's all about control, right? You have a lot
Right.
more control.
Right. And it's like, you might have up to 20 people, 20 kids that, like I said, you know all their information. You know where their backgrounds, you know where they're from. They're wearing masks. There might be 50 to 100 people at a restaurant next to you or surrounding you that you don't even know who they are. You don't know their names. You couldn't even make up a story that would accurately depict their life. But you're comfortable doing that because, well, I mean, let's be real. We just spent 5 months inside. I haven't been able to go to a bar in 5 months. Now, bars are open. It's safe. It's safe to go to a bar. So I'll sit at a bar. But no, it's not safe for me to return to my classroom, though. There's too many kids.
Yeah, I mean, and if those people.
Now, and again, this is what I said, the consistency thing.
Yeah.
If you are gonna sit there in front of me and say, I'm not safe, I don't feel safe going back into my classroom, and I haven't been to a bar since February, I haven't been anywhere other than the grocery store or the liquor store since February, and every time I go out I wear a mask, I may or may not wear gloves, I still wash my hand, okay, alright, I don't have a problem with that, because you truly are living how you are portraying. You actually are concerned for your safety, and you have every right to be. But what you do not have a right to be is say, I don't feel safe going back to work, be for whatever reason. I don't want to insinuate that, like, which some of it might be like, I don't really want to go back to work. I just had a 5-month vacation. I'm not, you know what? I don't feel safe. I need a longer vacation. I worked really hard, you know. I had a really hard school year last year from September to February, and I need more time off. I like I like virtual learning because it's, you know, I don't have to Zoom. If I don't have to Zoom call with them, it's pretty easy. I just put stuff in Google Classroom and they either do it or they don't. I like that. But I don't feel safe in my classroom.
Yep.
But I do feel safe. Hey, what are you doing Friday night? Do you want to go to the bar? Do you want to go to Flynn's? Yeah. You know the bars are open inside. You can sit inside now. And when you
sit at a bar.
no,
right?
I know, no. But you know you can sit inside. Oh, well, while you're sitting inside, you don't have to wear a mask either.
But if you go to take a piss, you do.
Yeah. But like just that whole thing in general of like I don't feel safe to go back to work, but I want to go sit at a restaurant without a mask. That is the person I have the problem with.
Yeah. The other thing with the school thing too. And someone actually like mentioned this, and I thought it was a very interesting point, which is why they'll be open. Don't worry about it. They're gonna be.
They're gonna be.
And the guy said he goes, okay. And this guy is like, he is on the right, and he is like, he's even a little much for me to just listen to. So I just fuck with him because like I know he really likes his politics. Like he likes it a lot. But he goes, all right. So you know, in my town, it's got not many kids. I pay taxes. He goes, it's estimated each kid is worth like whatever in taxes. He goes, schools aren't open. Give me my money back.
Right.
He goes, why? He goes, I'm not paying you my taxes if the kids aren't in school.
Yeah.
He goes, if the kids are in school, please have it.
Yeah.
Like, because that's what I pay my taxes for. He goes, I have no problem paying them.
Right.
But use them.
Right.
He's
Education is a big chunk of tax revenue.
Yeah. And then that's what he was saying. He's like, if schools aren't open, he goes, I want my taxes back.
Right.
He goes, or I won't give them to you.
Right.
And then it's like, well, you gotta pay. And it's like, for what?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, the roads. Like, yeah, well, I gave you some for that.
Right.
It's like, oh, well, this, yeah.
Right. Because you could make the argument. I'm not a lawyer. I don't pretend to be one. But I feel like you could potentially make the argument if you had a good enough lawyer and a good enough accountant that says like, well, on average for the last 20 years, I've been paying $30,000 a year in taxes. And then if you estimate that, consistently, this is what I paid over the last 30 years, and now all of a sudden we're not utilizing the education system, and on average the education system uses about 11% of the tax revenue in the country, you could then make the argument like, well, 11% of that $30,000 needs to come back to me.
Yep.
Because you're not utilizing that money for what you've been doing. So now I don't have to give that to you, because what I willfully giving to you because I support the education system. Now you're not using it? Well, now I don't need to give that to you.
I'll just take it back.
I'll just take it back. I feel like there's people out there that could make that argument and win.
There is.
Yeah.
And that's why the schools will be open.
Yeah.
Because you think about it, the people who pay the most taxes are the most powerful people, and
Absolutely.
on whatever level you want to think, if it's state, local, in the town, whatever, those are the people that will be heard too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because it's not going to be, because obviously it's going to come from the governor, and who's in the governor's ear? The most powerful people in the state.
Right.
And they're going to say, put the fucking kids in school.
Yeah.
And that's how it's going to go.
Yep. Absolutely.
Because we all know the teachers union's garbage, as you've told me.
Yeah.
Weak.
Yeah. It's pretty stupid.
So they'll be going.
Yeah.
And you don't have to like it. But
Yeah.
That's the thing that's pissing me off the most is like, I saw this, and this is why I don't go on fucking Facebook, because I went on Facebook one day and I saw two posts, and one was talking about the long-term effects of coronavirus and how like these people want to be sick. These people they don't want to go out ever again.
Yeah.
This is like
Yeah.
people our age.
Yeah.
They're like, well, long-term, we don't know what this does.
I heard someone made the analogy.
Oh, I talked about this.
Yeah,
the
about
chicken
shingles.
pox.
Yeah, chicken pox and
I already
shingles.
talked about
Yeah. Yeah.
But the other one was the teachers that don't want to work.
Right.
Or they're like, well, if a student tests positive, do we have to quarantine?
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah.
Will we be paid for that? I mean, I assume so.
Yeah. That was part of the CARES Act.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Well, the CARES Act's running out, but
Yeah.
well,
The unemployment part of it. The CARES Act itself was like a thing, and it said like if everyone was allowed 10 days of sick leave, mandatory, like nationwide, if they test positive for coronavirus, because that would cover.
if they test positive but not exposure.
That would cover the 2 weeks.
Not
of
exposure.
Correct. I don't know that. I want to say yeah, but I don't know the specific.
No, because then
you get into legalese like
well, no,
that.
because then you'll get into it's like, all right, well, I waited my 2 weeks, go back to school. Oh, another positive test.
Yeah.
See you later.
Right.
And like you guys are focusing on the wrong parts.
Yeah.
You're focusing on the wrong parts.
Because they don't want to work. When it comes down to
Some
it,
of them
they
don't.
Some of them
give a
don't.
fuck.
Yeah, some of them give a fuck. But that was the other thing too. While I was up at the lake yesterday, I saw like a bunch of people. They're in their early to mid 30s, and they were giving me shit. They were like, "Oh, you finally made it up here. I don't know, probably about exactly 1 year since the last time you were here." And I was like, "Yeah, I don't know, dude. Like everyone's doing this whole like quarantine thing. Like I don't know to like come up or not come up or whatever." And they were like, "Yeah, we don't give a fuck about that." I mean, they were drinking, but they go, "Nothing a little alcohol can't fix, right?" And I was like, "All right, cool. I'm gonna stay with you guys then."
Yeah.
Well, like it's shit like that, and there's actually what you just said reminded me of a thing I saw the other day about the whole education and money and things and teachers and stuff. I saw a post that someone put out on social media. I think it was either, I don't know, Instagram, Twitter, doesn't matter, somewhere on social media. And it was talking about how it was obviously it was college kids complaining, and college kids in the thing it said, "Oh, college is all online now." but guess what? You still have to pay the same amount of money.
Yep.
Why? And then so it was a college student centered post saying, I don't want to pay the same amount of money because I'm going to school online now versus being there. So my response to that is, well, if you want to pay less money, that means your teachers are going to get paid less. Are you okay with that? And they might say, yeah, because they're college students, but then the teachers leave, and then programs dissolve, and then some of these people that are in school are going to school to become teachers. So it's like, where's that fucking, where's that like black and white area? That's some fucking, you know what I mean? Like, how do you get around that? Like, you're in school to be a teacher, and you're bitching that you don't want to pay the same amount of money for your 100% online schooling that you were last year for when you got to live on campus. So you want to pay less money. Okay, well, you pay less money, that means the institution has less money, which means your teachers get paid less. So you're okay with paying teachers less then, right? Well, no. Okay, well, where's the money going to come from? Well, I don't know. It's not my problem to figure out. What? Okay, so you want other people to lose their jobs then? That's what it is. It's just a stupid, bratty, fucking college kid attitude. Well, if I can't be on campus, why should I have to pay the full amount? Well, are you getting the same education?
Well, theoretically, you're getting the same education.
Theoretically, you're getting the exact same education.
Also, don't fucking flatter yourself. You don't go to class that much.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Everyone's bitching about it. It's like, oh, I have to pay the same amount. I don't go to class. You don't fucking value class as is.
Right.
You don't go. You don't pay attention.
The
you
majority,
show up late. You leave early.
The majority of undergrads are in college just to party.
Yeah, it's you don't that's the thing. For the way kids look at the actual class, there is no value to it to them.
Right.
Because they look at it like, I don't have to go to class today. Or it's I'll sign my name, go to the bathroom and leave. It's like,
I need a mental health day.
Mental health, yeah, fuck it. Fuck off. You've had fucking 6 months of mental health fucking days. If that hasn't made you fucking crazy, then fuck me. Mental health days, fuck off.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. If you think about school, being in the classroom is the least valuable part of it, outside of a little bit of accountability. And I'm talking college. I'm talking college, not high school.
Right.
Because they give you the book, they give you the curriculum. You've been through school before, so you know how this kind of works. You can do tests online. We took all online classes.
Yeah, I've taken
and it's
online classes. And you know what? I've taken all online classes, and they cost the same amount of money as in-person class.
Yeah, they do.
So this argument that well, if I can't be there, I should be paying less. Why? You probably, in the grand scheme of it too, you probably are paying less because they're probably not charging. Well, they definitely aren't charging you for room and board
or food.
So you're not having. So you are saving money, but that's not enough for you, is it? That's not enough. You need to pay less because you're not going to be on campus partying with all your friends.
And that's with Harvard, because Harvard was the big one. Why do people go to Harvard? It's for the prestige.
Yeah.
It's for
the piece of paper. They want the little whatever the fuck seal. They want the little seal on the piece of paper that they can hang.
Well, they can say they can, and then they can also say that they were a Harvard graduate.
Right.
You're still gonna be a Harvard graduate.
Right.
You're nothing's changing.
Right.
Do you think you're gonna learn
no
less?
No one's gonna put an asterisk on your fucking diploma.
If you think you're gonna learn less, then that's your fault.
Yeah.
Because it's just on you.
Right.
I don't know. That's another one.
Yeah, at the college level, you should be able to get your fucking shit done.
Yeah, because the teachers don't care about you that much either.
No.
So it's they don't come over and work with you one-on-one.
No, I know that for a fact. I was one.
Yeah, but that's the thing. In college, it's hey, here's the material.
Learn it.
The rest is on you.
Don't learn it. I don't care.
Yeah.
That was my spiel at the beginning of every semester. And I was similar to the other professors that we had.
Bob.
where I would literally be like, yeah, I don't take attendance, and everyone would be like, yeah, sick. And I'm like, but you don't have to come to class, but you need to know the material, because when it comes to time to take the test, because I would say your grade is based off of 3 things. Technically it was 4, because we would have quizzes at the end of every chapter, and this is just one class in particular I'm thinking of. They were structured differently, but one of the classes that I taught mostly was your grade is based off of 4 things. One is your cumulative quiz grades. So at the end of every chapter that we finished, there was a quiz. Test 1, test 2, and the final exam. Those are the 4 things. I don't care about your attendance. Don't come to class, I don't care. But know the material, because when you show up to take the test and you get a D, don't come to me because you don't know the material, because you were never in class, and you also didn't bother to open the fucking textbook. So it's like you gotta pick one or the other. You can come to class and listen to me try and make stuff from the textbook make sense, or if you're good, you can just read textbooks, you can highlight, you can write notes, you can memorize, maybe you have a photographic fucking memory for all I know. You don't have to come to class, fine, don't come to class, I don't care. Just when you show up to take the test, that's the grade you're gonna get. You know what I mean? Like that's
pretty straightforward.
Pretty straightforward. This is what it is. Grades based off 4 things. Figure it out. Come, don't come. I don't care. I get paid either way.
That's college already.
Yeah.
So why the fuck now is being in you? That's the fucking thing. Like they try to set their schedule so that they don't have class on Fridays. You know, try to structure it so you don't have to get up early. It's like you already don't value the in-class part.
Yeah.
So now you're just getting, it's actually a pretty balanced now.
Yeah.
Where this is what it costs to get the fuck out. This is what it costs a year to get out of here.
Right.
Take it or leave it.
Right.
And it's like, well, what am I paying for? You're paying for your piece of paper at the end.
Yeah.
What you do in between, I don't fucking care. Really, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. It's we lay it up, like when all the teachers, they just lay it out for you, and it's on you now.
Right.
It's like, oh yeah, your grade is midterm, final. That's it.
Yep. Your grade is
Do you
based
take
on
attendance?
2 things.
Nope.
Yeah. So you don't show up at all, and then you show up for the midterm, and you get a 65, and now you're like, fuck. Now I need to get 100 on the final exam to get a fucking 80, to get a B.
Yep. Just hurry up and withdraw.
Or get a B minus. You know what I mean? Like.
Yep.
And it's different. It's totally different than like the younger kids. Like you can't expect. Because I know we were just talking about that. You can't expect first, second, third, fourth, fifth graders to learn on their own.
No, and how are they supposed to take textbooks?
But can you expect
and learn 6
someone between the ages of 19 and 23 to learn on their own?
We already do.
Yeah, absolutely.
We already do.
We already do. So like,
and if you don't like that, then fucking I can't help you, because that's what college is.
Yeah. So that's exactly why I don't give a fuck about college kids bitching about, ooh, I have to play the same. Which is, like I said, they probably don't have to pay room and board. Yeah, I know I would hope I don't know this for a fact because I don't know anyone in college that's going through it, but I would like to say definitely you don't have to pay room and board. No school is going to be able to get away with charging you for room and board and not putting you on campus.
Right.
So logically,
they can't charge you a meal plan if you're not
on campus.
Food.
Yes. So you are saving money. So don't give me that bullshit. I don't know why my courses cost the same amount. Do you like your teachers? Because that's how they get paid.
Yep.
So.
That's the thing. You want your piece of paper at the end? This is what it costs.
Yeah. This is what you signed up for. Yeah. So I don't know. It's just fucking.
But it's happening already. I know one kid, he goes to school in Ohio. Juniors and seniors aren't going back till the 2nd semester. At which point, freshmen and sophomores will be off campus.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's only a 2,000 person school too.
Yeah. That is strange. And so the other thing too about that is most colleges can do whatever the fuck they want because they're private. Public colleges, have to follow whatever mandate the governor of that state puts down. But like Harvard can do whatever the fuck they want. Harvard can say, yeah, guess what? We're going completely back to normal in the fall. And everyone can bitch and complain about it, but it's Harvard. That's their call. They get to do whatever the fuck they want. It's like, Bridgewater State University has to follow guidelines set forth by
The state.
BU, do whatever the fuck they want. Endicott College, do whatever the fuck they want. You know what I mean? Like, it's a private university.
Yeah.
Merrimack, do whatever you want. They set their own standards. So I don't know. It's a lot of fucking bullshit going on. I'm fucking sick of it.
I'm like, we're getting to the point where this isn't even about the coronavirus anymore. It's all about.
No, it's not.
It's about everything else.
Yeah.
About everything else but the fucking disease. And that's why I'm just like at my wits' end with it.
Yeah, I like I said, I just want to fast forward to November 4th.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing is I actually.
5th, I don't know. Is the election's the 3rd or the 4th?
I think it's the 3rd.
So I want to fast forward to November 4th. Just get this over with.
I'm gonna go fucking find an asteroid. I'm just gonna bring it here.
Can we find? Here's a thing, NASA, if you're listening, because I know you listen to the podcast. We have people that listen in Texas. It doesn't tell us where in Texas, but I'm willing to bet that it's probably NASA. I would put money on that. NASA definitely listens to us.
I think with extreme certainty,
yeah,
it's NASA.
Yeah. You guys need to create a magnet that would get the asteroid and pull it towards Earth. Any asteroid. Doesn't matter which.
Just one big enough.
Yeah, just one big enough. Find a world ender. Set that bitch up. Pull that fucking asteroid right at us.
It's just mind blowing that because we have. So I sent you the tweet where it was like Europe isn't having like a second wave or anything like that.
Yeah, it must.
And it goes, oh, weird. We're the only country that has an election in November.
Yeah.
God damn it, man.
Yep.
God damn it.
Yeah.
And now that's the thing is like before I was like I don't want to vote because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, whatever. Fucking waste of time.
Yeah.
And like I know my vote doesn't matter. No matter what any of you say.
Right. But
now it's like I don't want to vote because this is what it does to people.
Yeah.
We can't like I'm probably never gonna vote because it makes people too fucking crazy.
Yeah, it does.
And like even giving a shit about politics.
It's so divisive. And like I said, like I don't know if it was always like this. Because even back in the 90s, I was too young to know. And I also really didn't give a shit. And then even in the early 2000s, I didn't really care that much. But I also don't remember it that well. So like, like Obama, like one president ago, like it was kind of, but like I also wasn't paying close attention to politics at the time. It's like politics wasn't thrown in our faces every single day until Trump got elected. Like once he got elected, then all anyone could talk about was politics. And it's like, I'm pretty sure I remember there was some stuff when Obama was in, like people on the right were just kind of being idiots and doing contrarian stuff and all that shit, just like the people on the left are doing now to Trump. But I don't know if it was as bad.
It's just so old. It's easier to fucking get in our faces.
Right, and that's what I mean. Like it's just been put in our faces every fucking day.
Yeah, well, that's because with social media, it can be.
Yeah. You know what? Someone made a really good point. I forget where it was, but it was this is a little while ago, so I don't know if I've said it before. But mainstream media, like CNN, CNBC, all those guys, they need Trump in office because if Biden were to get elected, they're not going to print anything bad about him, so they're all going to go out of business because everyone's going to stop watching the news again. Because they're gonna go back to reporting about fucking kittens stuck in trees. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter. Like they're thriving on having idiot Republican in office because they run stories on him every single day. That's the one thing I think I remember didn't happen during Obama, was that there weren't stories run about the president every single fucking day. I guarantee you every single day there's something about Trump.
Yep.
On CNN. Like, they're all over his fucking dick every day. I don't think Fox News was all over Obama's dick every day.
No.
You know, like...
No, I think they actually used to talk about stuff.
Yeah. So that's what I heard that, and I was like, oh, it's kind of an interesting angle. That they need, big media companies need Trump in office. Which I think was, so when I heard it, this was during like primary season. So that was no, I don't want to call it a conspiracy theory because it's not really, but it was like the whispers behind why Biden was the front runner is because the big media companies wanted to put out someone they know would lose. Because they needed Trump. You know, it's like one of those things.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Now, I don't know if I believe it, but it was...
Well, it definitely so whether it's true or not, the reasoning behind it at least makes sense.
Yeah.
Because like, every day we have to know what the fuck this guy's doing.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, obviously I'm not listening, so it doesn't...
Right, I don't watch...
So I don't know anything he's doing.
Yeah.
I know he's really falling out of favor, but... Well, no, because for a while it honestly looked like it was like, yeah, he's just gonna get reelected.
Right.
Now it's actually looking like probably not.
Yeah.
But I don't know what he's doing. Like, then when they he did this speech, or he said, oh my god, I don't care.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't care. I could fucking care.
Yeah.
Significantly less.
Yeah.
I just want to know what the fuck did New Zealand do?
They listen to scientists
How did they get to 0?
and health professionals.
They just got rid of it.
Yeah. They let people that their job is to work in science make the policy. They were like, hey, this seems like something you guys would probably know about. What do you think we should do? Rather than, well, I've been running the state of Kentucky for 25 years. I know what to do. Well, I've been a senator from Massachusetts for 5 years. I know what to do. Well, I don't know, guys. I'm the governor of California, and we have the largest economy in the country. I know what to do. Well, I'm the governor from Texas, and we're goddamn fucking Texas. We're the greatest goddamn state in this country. I know what to do. Oh, guys, don't forget about me. I run the state of Florida. You know, we have a lot of people here. We're important. I know what to do. That's literally how it happened. Nobody stopped and was like, hey, should we ask the scientists?
No.
Like what they think?
Nope.
That's their job. Oh, their job description is dealing with infectious disease. Should we ask their opinion?
Nope.
No. They don't know. They don't know shit. I run the state of California. I know what the fuck to do. Like, what? This is absolutely insane. Like, if you stop and you think about it, and you look at the countries that are now down to 0, and it's like, what did they do? Oh, they asked their people that their jobs are to deal with infectious disease how to proceed. And you think about it, and you're like, oh, why couldn't we do that?
We're too fucking stupid.
We're too fucking stupid, and we all have massive fucking egos, and everyone has to have. It literally is. This is a country of dick measuring competitions. That's all it is. Everybody in any kind of power in this country has to measure their dick against whoever's next to them. I know what to do. We'll shut down for 3 months. Yeah. Oh, I know what to do. We only have to shut down for 2 weeks. We don't have to mandate masks. Well, I probably should have mandated a mask a month ago when we went into quarantine, but now I'm going to sign an executive order that Massachusetts, you have to wear a mask. It's mandatory.
Speaking
on
of,
May 6th.
they want you wearing them like 24/7 now.
Yeah.
Or they're like, honestly, they're like voting for that. Like inside, outside.
I literally hate everybody. Still, we still have a fucking issue. Now, cases are way down. Like, everyone that's like, oh, we had a spike. We had a spike in Florida. Or we had a spike in Texas.
Yeah, well, I hope everyone's clear. We don't fucking know if we did or not.
Did you look at the graph?
No, I don't look at
I saw a graph of, I think it was Texas. And it was like, whatever, at their peak, I'm going to completely make numbers up. At their peak, it was like 33% in like April. And then you look at the graph and it starts to come down through May, June, July. And it comes down to like, 2-3%. Say like and again, these are all made up numbers. People don't fucking come at me with your bullshit. So let's say like the last week in June was 2%. Then the first week in July was 3.5%. Now it's the first time the numbers have gone up since the April time.
Yeah.
They're like, it's a spike. It's a spike in Texas, everybody. It's the second wave. It went from 2% to 3.5%. Now I'm not a mathematician, but I don't even know if that number, percent change is a statistically significant number.
It's not.
But like everyone's like, oh, here comes the second wave. Texas is fucked. Well, yeah. I mean, if you look at it and you just say on the surface, it's the first time cases have gone up in Texas since April, you would be correct. But there's more to it than that. The percentages are still extremely low. They're the lowest they've been since March. So yeah, the percent went up, but it's still really fucking low. The only time actually it was lower was last week. You know what I mean? Like that's what these people are doing.
Dude, dumbest time to be alive. It's not getting any better.
Every day is worse than the day before, and it's never getting any better.
I watched Office Space yesterday. What about today? Is today the worst day of your life? That's how I feel, man.
Yes.
That's how I feel. I just fucking... so dumb.
You know what the worst part about it all is people with half a brain are now starting to realize how ridiculous politics in this country are. But I don't want to say it's too late and sound like I've given up complete hope, but it's almost too late for anyone to actually do anything about it. Because everyone's like, oh, we need to vote and we need to get these guys out. And like, yeah, people are really pissed off in like May and like June. And like there was like a groundswell to like get Charlie Baker out of office. But we still have 3 more months before the election. So like, are people going to be as mad as they are now or 3 weeks ago as they are going to be in 3 months? I don't know, maybe. I don't know the answer.
Depends on what they do.
But like...
It's funny though, you don't hear from him much anymore.
Right.
Because he got us to phase 3.
Right.
He was pretty clear about phase 4, ain't coming.
Yeah, it was a fake phase.
Phase 4 is basically just not coming.
Yeah.
Yes, no, he doesn't have to talk to anybody.
It reminds me, you know what phase 4 is? It reminds me of the story you were telling me about the guy we played golf with when his son just picked up golf and he made a bet with him and goes, if I shoot par, if I shoot even par this year, you'll buy me a Scotty Cameron putter. And the dad goes, yeah, absolutely. He just started playing golf. He goes, fucking guy's not going to shoot par.
Nope.
He's, what is he, 14, 13?
No, the kid's 18.
Oh, yeah.
He's like...
But he just started playing golf.
Okay. He's like getting back into it now, but
yeah.
He's never shot... Like, it takes one bad swing to not shoot par.
Yeah.
You really think you're going to make 71 perfect swings, chips, putting strokes...
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. That's what I feel is the equivalent to Charlie Baker's phase 4.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah. You make even par, I'll buy you a Scotty Cameron putter. Yeah. Phase 4, we'll get there maybe someday, probably not.
With a vaccine.
Yeah. It's all this other stuff that's
vaccine.
going to happen, but I don't have to tell you because we're never going to get there. It's like, yeah, it's there, but it's not going to happen.
Yep.
That's what it makes me think of. I fucking hate people. I hate everybody. In a quick change of pace.
Thank God.
I saw this. I'm stealing this from Barstool. So if anyone out there follows Barstool on Instagram, you know what is coming.
Actually, I'm gonna have you filibuster for a second. I'm pissed with the door open so I can listen.
Okay.
But my bladder's gonna explode.
All right. So Barstool Sports posted this the other day. It was one of those Ask the Internet questions where it was, who do you think would win in a fight? 10-year-olds or 100 100-year-olds? So I looked at this and I was like, immediately, probably the 10-year-olds. But then like I stopped and I thought about it and I go, oh dude, not a fucking chance. Like just my gut reaction was the 10-year-olds. Like, yeah, they're youthful, they're spry, they can figure it out. And then I was like, nah, man. Let's play the pure numbers game here. You have 100 100-year-olds. Now let's just assume that you're gonna have all types of 100-year-olds. So there's gonna be some people that are in fucking wheelchairs and some people that can barely fucking walk. But you're probably gonna have a couple that are still able to get around. You're probably gonna have a few 100-year-olds that still got their wits about them. They exist out there. I mean, the ones we see on the news all the time, it's like, Betty Stevenson just turned 107 and she looks like she's half dead. All right, well, probably way more than half dead, but yeah. Someone else has to blow her candles out for her. It's like one of those things. Like, yeah, you see that. But there's definitely some 100-year-olds out there that are still moving. They're still getting around. So just from a pure sample size of having 100 of these people, there's got to be enough of them that like they can still move around. And you got 10-year-olds, man. You can't get 10-year-olds to focus on fucking anything, especially 10-year-olds today. Like they can't fucking figure anything out. Everyone always answers questions for them. Like their parents fucking take care of everything for these kids. And they don't have a lot of life experience. They don't know shit. You don't know fucking shit when you're 10 years old. You live 100 years, you got a lot of fucking knowledge. Yeah. You came up within 100 years. Now you got 100-year-olds? That's like, I don't know what that is, but what's 100 times 100? 10,000? That's 10,000 years of knowledge. That's insane.
And the 10-year-olds have 100.
And 100, yeah. So like...
But it's not a good 100.
No. No, it's not. It's like running into walls and being told not to stick your fingers in outlets. Yeah. like it's not good. It's
Give
not
the
good
example
years.
for like, when a 10-year-old touches a hot stove and they learn not to touch the hot stove.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where we're at.
Yeah. The 100-year-olds know way fucking more. I'm taking the 100-year-olds.
A 10-year-old doesn't know how to operate a gun, and all it takes is
right.
one 100-year-old.
Yeah. Especially, well, maybe at this point there's not a lot left. But I was gonna say, give me a guy from World War II. I'd take one. Well, all I need is one World War II sniper who's 100 years old who can still get around. I got him. We got this.
Yeah, that's the variables that no one thinks about.
Yeah.
Because you think about it, so 1920, that means they didn't fight in World War I, but they would have been 20.
They would have been in their 20s.
In their 20s, so they probably served World War II.
Yeah.
Lived through some shit.
Yeah.
They actually have skills.
Right.
I trust the 100-year-olds.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going with 100. The 100-year-olds.
There's just too much wisdom.
Yeah, that's a lot of shit. Even if you have a guy that's like maybe stuck in a wheelchair, but he's like really fucking smart, he can figure some shit out.
Yeah, you can just like run the kids over or something.
Yeah, I didn't hear their little response to it, but I feel like the more and more I thought about it, the more I was like, yeah, dude, the 100-year-olds. 10-year-olds.
10-year-olds can't do anything right.
No, they can't even follow instructions in a class.
Well, they don't have to go to that anymore.
Oh yeah, that's true. The teacher doesn't feel safe. You want to wrap this bitch up?
We can wrap this up.
All right.
So, obviously on the trend of everyone being a fucking moron, the big thing going around right now, and I may have alluded to this, is how a 4 handicap could potentially beat, or it could make cuts on the LPGA Tour.
Yeah.
So that's the big golf Twitter debate. Now, I think we've moved off of Bryson, and we're trying to figure out if a 4 handicap can make cuts. And I'm just willing to tell you right now they can't, because I'm a 4 handicap.
Yeah.
No, they absolutely can't.
No.
It's those girls are too good, and it's like well, if I get to play their tees, dude, you already played their tees.
That's actually
Like that's kind of where they play from.
Yeah. Right, because everyone just automatically assumes like, oh, the women tees on my course. Well, it's like
No.
the women's tees on your course are for women on your course. If you're playing professional women, they probably hit from where you hit, dickhead.
Yeah. Yeah. Or, because this was, so one of the courses, so Thorny Lee, and I guess these like national people, so I guess if you use names, but, so Matt Parziali, who played in the Masters, the US Am, and the US Open,
Yep.
Used to play professionally. He's at Thorny Lee. So the course was like, oh, well, we might do something fun where he plays Shannon Johnson, and Shannon Johnson won the U.S. Women's Mid-Am a couple years back, and she competes on an amateur level and all the women's stuff. So they're both very, very good. And my question was, well, what tees are they going to play?
Right.
Or, and I assume so. Matt will move back. He'll just play the tips.
Right.
But I don't know where they're going to have her play.
Right.
Because she can't play the reds.
No.
Like, no way.
No.
She cannot play the red tees there. She'll fucking annihilate him.
Yeah.
But it's like moving her back to the blues, that might be too much. So I assume it'll be like on the whites, or
Yeah.
they might have to get someone to just come in and just set it up, like
Right. Right.
set up like, women's tournament style.
Yeah.
But dude, these people are good. They shoot like 30 under par, like 25 under, like
Yeah.
because you can't, because they are limited with how far they can hit it. You can't just like stretch the course out for them.
Right.
Because then it's actually genuinely not fair.
Right. Right.
But they're so good, like relatively, they're probably better than the men. Because some of the men are just good because they fucking bomb the ball.
Right. Yeah. It's easy to make birdie when you fucking
Yeah, you have a
smoke
wedge.
it and your second shot is a wedge into the green.
The women make birdies with like 5-iron in their hand, like routinely. Like they are
Yeah.
so good at hitting their longer clubs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I would like to, I could look it up. I'd love to know what their like average yardage they play from is. But I assume it's close to what we men play, like men's tees.
Right. Right. At like a normal golf course.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things, man. Like a 4 handicap. So a 4 handicap is good with golf. Trust me, like it is. I get that.
Yeah.
But it's really not.
Right.
Like
Because professionals are plus.
they'd be like I think Tiger would be like a +6.
Yeah.
Playing tour courses, tournament conditions.
Yeah.
So not playing Riverbend from the Blues. Like
Yeah.
that's like, so PGA Tour courses, tournament conditions, they're like a +6.
Right.
So the hardest of the hard
Yep.
is a +6 handicap.
Yeah.
I think the women are probably like they're probably like a +2
Yeah.
from LPGA courses, tournament conditions.
Right.
Something like that.
So you
if
put them
me as a 4 handicap on some of these courses, well then it's more like 6 or 7.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're 9 shots better than me.
Right.
And never mind that it's like they're so used to that. Like all they do is compete for a living. It's like it's not gonna be. Even if I was winning, like say I was winning going into 18, do I have the fucking mental fortitude to not fuck that up and not put up a fucking 10? Yeah. Bryson just did it.
Right.
He's a professional.
Yeah, he just put up a 10.
Put up a 10. And it's like, yeah, I could if I had a 4-stroke lead going into 18. That is very, very still in play here.
Yeah.
But that's the other one. And then John Rahm yesterday was like, oh, that was probably one of the best rounds I've played in my life. And he shot like 4 under or something. He goes, yeah. And then someone said like, you couldn't even get like scratch golfers in a scramble to break par. And it's like, hold on.
Yeah. You
actually could. The fucking foreplay guys broke par at Pinehurst.
Yeah.
U.S. Open with tees.
Right.
And they beat Kevin Kisner.
Yeah.
So let's not fly off the hand. Scrambles are fucking.
Golf announcers are just old.
Well, it's like it's Twitter, it's the announcers. It's like I don't like it, you
Nick
know.
Nick Faldo can kind of be a fucking putt.
Well, he is.
He was the one that made the comment about Bryson. Bryson shot a 10 on the 15th on Friday, and after that hole, Nick Faldo was like, "Oh, he's looking a little tight out there. I wonder if he did a little too much weightlifting." And it's like, all right, buddy.
Dude, that's not why he made a 10.
You're a fucking idiot.
He made a 10 because he hit like 3 balls out of bounds.
Yeah, but it's like that kind of like pretentious old white guy golf bullshit, where it's like, well, he's doing something different. You're not supposed to lift weights if you play golf. That's why he made the 10. Like what? Like no one else that's never touched a weight has ever not made a 10.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, like So if Kevin Na makes a 10,
he just had a couple bad shots.
Wow.
He made some bad decisions.
Yeah. Wow. So weird.
Bryson DeChambeau does it. He lifted too much.
Yeah. Too much time in the gym.
Too much time in the gym.
Hits 3 balls out of bounds, and it's because he spent too much time in the gym.
Yeah. Decided to hit a 3-wood out of the rough, but it's because he was in the gym too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like it's just funny, man. No one, people in the golf world just don't fucking get it.
Yeah.
They just really don't. It's like a 4 handicap is not that good. They're not beating LPGA players.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like, let's not flatter yourselves either. Like a scratch, like legit scratch players playing a scramble, dude.
Yeah.
They have, so that means like whoever putts last has 3 reads.
Right.
On that putt. You shitting me? Like that was the thing with like Kevin Kisner at Pinehurst when he played the foreplay guys. He's like, every fucking time one of them makes a miracle shot. Yes, exactly. That's what happens.
Because you have 4 chances.
It's 4 chances. Someone will hit a miracle.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is like a scratch golfer can still play.
Right.
And there's no pressure because it's a scramble. Hit a bad one, well, next guy up.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too. Whoever goes first can take a chance. I'll just take a chance.
Or sometimes that's your fairway guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they'll pull out whatever club just to put it in play.
Right.
And then you have 3 chances after that too.
Right.
But it's the same, like, approach shots. One guy hits the club, it's like, oh, that was a little long. Okay, well, maybe it plays more like this yardage.
Yeah.
And one guy's like, the next guy goes, it's like, someone gets a ball on the green, it's like, all right, well, now I'm going to fire at the pin.
Right.
It doesn't matter. Like,
right.
just, there is a very, very big disconnect between the fans and the actual, the announcers, the broadcasters, and the players. It's like, dude, John Rahm, get out of here with the fucking scramble. Yeah. I would also like to see an LPGA player play it. I already know how this goes, because I know an LPGA player. She played in the Brockton City Open in June, which obviously is local, and she finished, I think, 3rd. And the only people she lost to were definitely not 4 handicaps. They were like plus handicaps.
Right. So there you go.
I promise you I would not have beat her that day.
Yeah.
And it's not even a real tournament for her.
Right.
Thing.
Yeah. So my final thought is I want to give a shout out to the band The Who, but not the band The Who that you guys are probably thinking of. This band is The Who HU. So it's The HU. I believe it's still pronounced The Who. I heard them on the radio last week, and I was like, wow, like this is a pretty cool fucking song. So then I looked them up on Spotify, and I've been listening to them pretty much nonstop over the last week. And they are a Mongolian metal band.
Dude, you got Mongolian now?
Yeah. So they incorporate the traditional Mongolian instruments and also throat singing into their music. And it's pretty fucking cool. I'm a big fan. So they only have one album. The band was formed in 2016, I think. They came out with an album maybe in 2018 or 2019, and then they released a deluxe version not too long ago. And the deluxe version has, I think their album had like 8 or 9 songs on it, and then so the deluxe has the original like 8 songs, and then I think four of the songs have been like remixed with like other people. So like one of like their big song that I really like is Wolf Totem. The lead singer from Papa Roach.
Oh, Jacoby.
Yeah. He did some stuff with them on the remake of Wolf Totem, which came out pretty sweet. So like 4 of them have been that, and then I think a different 4 they have acoustic versions of. So it's like whatever it is, I forget the name. I think it's the Garrigan is the name of their album. But the deluxe edition, if you can find it on Spotify, it's just The Who HU. So The HU. They're pretty fucking awesome. And Jones, if you're listening, shout out to Jones. Sup, Jones.
Sup, Jones.
I sent them to him last week when I heard them on the radio, and I was like, dude, these guys smack. And then he started listening and was like, yeah, dude, they're pretty good. And then he sent me another band, and then we're kind of going back and forth. But these guys are fucking great. If you're into like, something a little bit heavier, like, the hard rock or metal or something like that, it's Mongolian metal band. They slap. So big ups to The Who, and not the band from the 60s.
Fuck that band.
With Pete Townsend and Roger Daughtry and Keith Moon.
Keith Moon has been dead for a long time.
And John Entwistle was the bassist. Yeah. So not those guys. The guys from Mongolia. So give them a listen. I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but I might try and put the song at the end of this. Only be able to do it on the audio show, not on the YouTube show. Sorry, we get flagged. That's a copyright infringement.
Yep.
Fuck YouTube. But I don't know. I'll see if I can figure it out. But that's gonna do it for us. So thank you guys for watching. If you're on YouTube, thank you for listening wherever you are. Don't forget to subscribe to the show on both YouTube and whatever streaming service you're using. And keep spreading the word. Keep telling everybody about the show. We're pretty much close to the numbers that we were at pre-quarantine. So I think the world is slowly starting to open, and I think also people are starting to listen to podcasts again and spread the word. So keep it up. Keep doing it. And we are on Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod. Our Twitter is Sarcasm_speaks. And Facebook page is Sarcasm Speaks. So until next time, good night.